Hello, welcome to Little Cookers. My name is Tiger Posey. I'm with Communities in Schools. Today, in honor of National Siblings Day, which happens in April, we have David and Sarah, who are indeed siblings. Now, today for our lunch, what happens in April, you guys? What holiday do we have in April? Easter. We've got Easter. So today we're going to be preparing kind of an Easter menu. We've got our ham. We've got about a 10-pound ham here, guys. All right? It's already cooked, so all we're going to do is put it in the oven for a couple of hours. We've preheated our oven at 325 degrees. We're going to put that in there for a couple of hours. We're going to make a glaze ourselves. So we'll pull that out after about 2 hours. We'll have our glaze that we've made. We'll paint it on there, and then we'll cook it for about another half hour or so. And we'll continue basting it over that half hour. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put this in our oven, and then I'll come back to you guys, and I'll show you what we're going to start doing with our side items, okay? While we do that, will you tell me, while I do this, will you tell me what school you go to?
North Wilkesboro Elementary School.
North Wilkesboro. Sarah, what grade are you in? Fifth grade. David? Fourth grade. All right. So you all are pretty responsible. We're a little grown up here, correct? So we're gonna use some knives. Have either of you used knives before?
I have.
Sarah has.
Once.
Once. Okay. How'd that go for you?
Good.
Good. All right. All right, so what we're going to do today, we are going to make a potato salad. Potato salad is one of those things we can have for lunch, we can have it for dinner, we can take it on picnics, and we're going to have some green beans. You guys said you like green beans as well when we talked about this menu. So David, I'm going to show you how we're going to trim up these green beans and saute them up, cook them up, and it's going to be beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, first, I'm going to get you started. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, how we're going to do your green beans. I want you to grab maybe 2, 3 at a time. You got big hands, but I don't want you to get too many where it's unmanageable. I've already washed these. Why do we wash things, especially our fresh vegetables?
Because they may be dirty and they may came out of the garden.
Yep.
So you want to wash them.
Definitely. So what I did just then was I used my knife. I kept my hand back off the blade, and I just took the ends off. I kept them lined up, and I took the ends off. Now all you'll do is, boom, break them in half. Use your big muscles there, cut them in half. Once you start getting a few of these, I've got you a trash can next to you. You can just start taking those off. So I'm going to watch you do a few. Go ahead and grab you a few in your hand. Yep, 3, 4 be good. Sideways, line them up. There you go. Very nice. Fingers out of the way. Good job. Down, and then push those to the side. Yep, you'll just kind of push it to the side. Rotate. All right. Knife. Fingers out of the way. Down. Push them out of the way. There you go. Now, if you want to, you can start making a big collection of these up here, can't you? And that way you don't have to stop every time. And once you get you a big collection, you can break them and toss them. All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to get your sister started on something else, okay? All right. Potatoes for our potato salad. I've already boiled these as to save us a little bit of time here while we're cooking. So what I want you to do is our round potato. Once again, I'm holding this back. I'm going to keep my fingers out of the way. I'm going to cut that thing in half, just like that, okay? Then I'm going to turn it over flat side like this. I'm going to give it one more right down the long way, okay? And then we can take big piece like that, big piece like that. We cut it about 3 times, toss it in our bowl. I like the skin on my potatoes. That's where all the good nutrients and things are. I like that. So if they do happen to come off, that's fine. Or if you think, man, I'm getting a lot of skin in that potato salad, and you're like, I don't want that much skin, it's fine with me if you want to pull it off like that and then cut, okay? So I'm going to leave that one for you. Let's see what we got. Yes? Yep. Boom. Boom. And then right there into your bowl. Very good. Okay, so I will help you get these potatoes cut. You and I will do that. So you just continue to grab and do, and then we'll, I'll show you what we're going to do with our celery and our scallions in just a minute. So we'll go ahead and get these chopped. How are those beans coming, David?
Good.
Are they? All right, so North Wilkesboro Elementary School. We got that down. How long have you guys been brothers and sisters?
Born.
Okay, so that's how that works out? All right, okay. Do you enjoy being an older sibling, Sarah?
Yes.
You do? Have you always been a kind and loving older sibling? Try to? That's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that. David, as a younger brother, how would you consider yourself?
Little.
Little? Younger?
Yeah.
Do you treat her with love and respect?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do? That's good. So, I hope that there are a lot of brothers and sisters out there that do that. Do you think that you are different in that way, that you all take care of each other, or do you think that there are a lot of siblings out there that are like you?
I think there's just a little bit. Yeah. Kids out there like that.
Yeah, you think so? Not everybody's looking out for family and that kind of stuff. That's a little sad, but I'm glad you guys look out for each other. That's good stuff. Now I'm starting to notice we're getting a lot of red in there, aren't we? So I'm just going on these next ones. I'm going to kind of pull this off. Beans, you good? Let's get you a stack started over there. Keep it going. You're doing great. Now, with these beans, what we're going to do, once we get them cut, ready to go, we are going to put them in our pan back there that's on the stove. We're going to cover them with water, and we're going to boil them for we're going to heat them to a boil for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to drain them. That's going to cook them. So that's partially cook. And we're going to pull those off, drain them, and then we're going to cook them with some butter, some garlic, that kind of stuff. Does that sound pretty good? Yeah? All right.
Yep.
All right, potato salad's going well. We'll knock these out real quick. So what are we learning about in school right now? Let's start with Sarah. Decimals. What is a decimal? Can you explain the function of a decimal?
Well, it's just where you take a number and then you can put a dot by it, and then you can put more than one number by it.
Okay, so so the left-hand side of the decimal is what, like a whole number? Right? And then on the right-hand side is part of the number, right? That's where what's the first number to the right? What place is that? Tenths, yeah. What's the next? Hundredths, very good. Thousandths, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, right? Great. Okay. What are you learning about? What's cool in 4th grade right now?
Math. I
Math.
suppose.
You like math too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But Sarah, what's your favorite subject? Like you're learning about decimals and that kind of thing. What's your favorite subject? Reading. Why?
Because it just gives you more information.
Okay.
You learn a lot from it.
Learn a lot from reading. That's good. That's a good lesson. You can get new information. It can also take you places that you never imagined were possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so math in 4th grade is dealing with what?
Same thing, decimals.
You're doing decimals as well?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. 4th grade, learning decimals. All right, I'm going to get this trash out of your way, and I'm going to show you how to do this celery. All right, I'm going to wipe off our boards really quickly. Do you guys cook at home?
I do.
You do? You do the cooking with your mom?
Yeah.
Great. So David, we're not much of a kitchen guy?
No.
No? What do you do while she's in the kitchen cooking?
Usually play, watch TV.
What? Is that fair? Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's good. As long as you enjoy it and you want to be in there, that is what is important. All right, so with our celery, I've already cut off the nasty kind of white end down there. We're going to take the other tip off, and then for ease, I'm going to cut it in half again. Now, in celery, see, look at that thing pop up. Like wild hair, isn't it? These things make it harder to chew. So what I want you to do, and this is if you've used a knife before and you've been in the kitchen, I want you to be very careful. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of pull. And see, I took just a little bit of that out. Watch that. Look at all those things. We're taking the strings out. Boom. It makes it nice and easy. You don't have to pull those things out of your teeth later, like if you're at a picnic or whatnot, and you're not the uncool person that's pulling strings out of their teeth, right? I mean, flossing's good, but you don't need your celery to floss your teeth for you, do you? No. So, there, there, there. We've gone all the way around. David, how we doing over here, man?
Good.
All right. As long as you're being safe, that's what. Slow and steady, right? All right. Same thing for you. Let's show me what you're doing here, and then we'll move on to the next step. Yep.
The size already
I've already cut that side, yes, ma'am. And now you'll cut it in half. Good job. Look at you. That's a professional. I didn't need to show you that, did I? Nice thumb action. Very good. You don't have to get all of you don't have to you don't have to get all of them. As long as you get the most of them, you'll be fine. Look at that. Nice and easy. Beans, beans. Good for your heart, right?
I suppose.
I suppose. As we're doing this, I just want to remind everybody to take time and spend with your kids in the kitchen. This is a lot of fun. You can learn a lot from your children, learn about their day. All right, now next what we're going to do is, these things stack really nicely, don't they? So what we're going to do, keep it stacked, and we're going to go maybe, since you are doing fractions, maybe we'll go 0.5 of an inch. What would that be?
right here.
Yeah, about a half of an inch. That's about right. There you go. Very nice. Maybe just a tad smaller. Yeah, there you go. Very good. I'm going to leave these for you. I'm going to help you out, okay, bro?
All right.
All right. There you go. Get these green beans done. Well, got man down. Bean down. So, what is your favorite type of book to read, Sarah?
Mystery book.
Mystery books, like what kind? Give me some sort of genre or title that you enjoy.
A to Z.
A to Z? Okay. What about you? What kind of books you like?
I like Lego books.
Lego books? I thought Legos were things you built with.
Well, you can make Legos. You can make lots of stuff out of Legos.
Right.
But-
Well, what's in a Lego book?
Stories like the Batman and Joker.
Oh, okay. So these are characters that are made out of Legos? Man, I am just not hip to it these days. Is that like the movie that just came out? The Lego movie?
Kind of.
Except in book form?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I feel you. How's the celery coming? Looking nice. Looking nice. That adds a little crunch to our potato salad. All right. About got those beans knocked out, don't we? The ham is starting to warm up and smell really good in our oven. We've had it in now for about 40 minutes. Before you guys joined us, I put it in for a few minutes just to warm it up and get it smelling nice in here for these guys. Warm, welcoming ham smell. You know, people say if you got friends coming over or whatever, to make people feel comfortable, maybe put cookies in the oven, right? Bake some cookies, that kind of thing. No, put a ham in the oven. That makes everybody happy. The smell of ham in the room.
Especially on Easter.
Especially on Easter. Look at you with the bring back, keeping our theme in here with us. Good job, man. That's TV. Good job. All right, so we've got our celery cut. We're going to just push that, pull that in there. Yep, all in. Now, these funny looking things, what are they? Scallions, how'd you know that? I did tell you earlier. But they are just little green onions, right? We smelled that. You were like, oh, they're like a little green onion. Thanks. Toss that in the sink. Boom. All right, so look, perfect timing. Each of you will get a little green onion. What we're going to do is I'm going to take off just their little hair. Here, I'll let you guys. Take off their hairdo. Give them a haircut right there. There you go. There we go. Push it out of the way. Now, we want to trim up these little ends just because they're not too pretty. Not that they're bad. Just give them a little bit, about a ½ an inch off of there for me, David. There you go. And push that out of the way. All right. So, we want to start with our white end. We can hold on to the green end. And just give me small pieces about, let me borrow that. I'm going to go just down like that, and we're about that size, okay, guys? We want the flavor. We don't necessarily want all the punch of a big piece of onion in our mouths, right? So just keep that up, and then that'll go in our bowl. Yeah, go all the way down. We want that green in there too. That adds a little bit of color like our celery, and that's got good flavor in there. What I want you to do is maybe we'll try a little bite of it so you know what you're getting yourself into. What do we think? You guys want to maybe just taste a little, just pop that in your mouth. Yeah? Onion flavor? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Good, good. Okay. Always taste your ingredients. You can't know what you're doing, putting in the bowl if you don't know what you're tasting, right? I won't make you taste the vinegar or the Dijon mustard or anything like that, but you know, it's good to know what kind of vegetables you're putting in. Yeah, keep going. You're looking good. Very nice. Now, a lot of people, when they're cooking, they feel bound to recipes. Recipes are suggestions. What we're going to do today is we've got the main ingredients of everything, and I've got it kind of measured out, but we're going to use our taste buds and what is good to us, so we can judge how our things are. We're not going to let just the cookbook go by it. Cooking needs to be fun, and we want to go on taste. All right, Onion Man, you about done? There you go. You toss yours in the bowl for me, and I'll bring the bowl over here. Okay. Look at you scraping it. Oh, rollaways. All right. Toss that in. Yeah, right in the bowl. Okay, so what we've got here, some of the suggestions from our recipe are, what's this?
Salt and pepper? No, pepper.
Yes,
salt.
Now salt
Pepper.
and pepper. Very good. Smell that. Smell that? What is that?
Vinegar.
Vinegar. Cider vinegar, okay? Smell that. What is it?
Dijon mustard?
Yeah, Dijon mustard, very good. Now we just got a little bit of white sugar there. That's salt. A little bit of white sugar there. And then, what is this? Mayo. All right, mayo. I've used the light mayo today, okay? I know some of us are trying to watch our figures out there. Go light if you can, okay? So what we're going to do next is we are going to start mixing up our potato salad. Now, we could use a spoon and really mash it and do that kind of thing. We're not going to do that. We've got great tools right here at the end of our elbows and wrists, okay? So these are great tools. What I want you to do before we get in there, before you guys get in there and mix, I want you to wash your hands again. I know we've been touching vegetables, we've been doing all this, but we're touching knives, so just wash your hands again for me. So just to recap, while these guys are washing their hands, we've got about 2 pounds of potatoes. We use red potatoes, just personal preference. You can use russet potatoes, however you want to do. About 2 pounds for this. We'll give you 4 servings. We've got 2 stalks of celery, I like a little extra crunch. That's why we added two. That's why we have 2 stalks. We've got 2 scallions or green onions. Everything's been washed. Everything's been chopped. Now we're going to dress this. So I am going to step out of your way. We need somebody to have dry hands and somebody to have wet hands. So I'm going to let brother and sister decide who's going to have the wet hands, who's going to have the dry hands, that kind of stuff.
I'll have dry hands.
Wet hand.
Well, all right, that works. Okay, so wet hands. You're going to be doing the mixing, okay? Now, when you're in here, I don't want you squeezing. We're not making mashed potatoes. We're making just like that, man.
Watched it on cooking shows.
You watched it. So you've seen it on cooking shows before. So you guys are. That's good. And now you're magically on a TV show. Crazy, right? Look out there. Look at all those people. Wave at them. Very good. All right, so wet hands here, dry hands. What I want you to do is, let's start with our salt and pepper, okay? Now remember, we can always add more. We can't take it back out. Once it's in the bowl, it's in the bowl. So we're gonna start with pinches. Now when I say a pinch, I usually use about 3 fingers in my thumb, and that's gonna be a pinch, okay? So let's start with a pinch each of this, and then we'll move on to our next ingredients. I'm going to get out some measuring spoons while you do that so that the people at home can see what we've used, okay? All right, go ahead. Start with a couple of pinches, with a pinch of each would be good.
And here?
You are wet hands. You are dry hands.
Okay. I'll put it in the middle, right?
I'm going to get these out of our way. Yep, just give you a pinch there.
In the mayo.
No, I want you to go right in here. You're going into the wet hands. There you go. So you've got a pinch of pepper already. Here, your wet hands. You're not allowed to touch the dry ingredients. You remember that. Don't toss yet. We'll wait. Yep, hold on. Okay. Pinch. Now, I'm going to move these out of our way, Sarah. There we go. And let's move to a little bit of vinegar. Now, with our vinegar, let's start small, okay? Let's start with our smallest little spoon here, because that stuff is, that's potent, right? Yeah, it's strong, all right? So this will give us a little bit of a bite, all right? So let's start with a 1/4 teaspoon of that, okay? There and in. That didn't look like a whole lot. So let's go with a whole teaspoon, all right? Now that is a tablespoon. Our teaspoon, when we look at our spoons, a TB, that's a tablespoon. A TSP is a teaspoon. So you may have had it correct. I may have been the wrong one there. Great job. So this will bring us up to a 1, we'll stop there, 1 1/4 teaspoons of vinegar. All right, next, we're gonna go in with some mustard. I'm gonna say, let's go on, use our big TBS. Let's get us a tablespoon of that. Let's put that in there and see what it looks like. Wet hands, you about ready to get in there? All right. That looks good, yeah. That's smack it down in there, yeah. Bang. Okay, wet hands. First thing to do, scrape that out of there with your fingers, please. Get all our mustard out of there. Thank you, yeah. Yeah, good job. Great, all right. Now, we've got our mayonnaise here. I've already measured out 2 cups. Did you just taste that? All right, so what are we gonna do now with our wet hands? Are you gonna put those wet hands back down in that potato salad bowl? No, you're gonna wash your hands. That's right, cleanliness. All right. That's hilarious. So we've got 2 cups in here. I'm gonna ask you to start dipping with this 1/3 of a cup. So in theory, if this is a 1/3 of a cup and I've got 2 cups in here, how many scoops will I get there, math? 3 equals 1 cup. I have 2 cups in here, so that you may get how many out of here?
No way.
I've got 2 cups. 3 of these is 1 cup?
6.
What?
6.
6, very good, thank you. Oh, yeah, he swung in and he saved you on that. There you go. 1, so let's start with that. Wet hands, now's your time to shine. As she puts these in, I want you to get the mix in, all right? Yeah, well, let's start with one. Wet hands, get in there and let's see what happens. Let's see how this looks. Yep, get in there. Scoop that out there.
It.
She told you not to taste it.
I'm going to.
We'll taste it at the end. I think I scrape it that way. There you go. All right, get in there. All right, Sarah, you and I'll just kind of hang back for a minute. Let Wet Hands do his job. I'll hold the bowl. Nice and easy. Look at you. How's that feel?
Dirty.
Dirty. Gross. Yeah, but fun, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Get some of that on the bottom now. There you go. You're gonna scoop and put. Yeah.
Push it down and crush them.
Nice and easy. Good job. What are you doing? Great job. Move it around the sides there. There you go. Now we're moving. Do we need more wet stuff? Maybe one more. Let's go one more. Now with your potatoes, we had them warm. We already boiled them. So what's going to happen when we put this in the refrigerator, this may seem wet and slimy and gross right now, but by the time we pull it out of the refrigerator, it's going to be, it will have soaked up some of this moisture. All right, David. All right, you can just, Sarah, you'll just toss that in the sink. That'd be good. Thank you very much. It looks like we're going to be okay. We can check it later. All right, Wet Hands, will you turn on the sink for him? Thank you, big sister. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to make sure we get everything coated. All right, guys, what we're going to do is we'll let this coat. While our ham's cooking, that'll be in the refrigerator. After it sits for about an hour or so while the ham's cooking, we'll bring it back out of the refrigerator. We'll taste it. If we need a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. If we need some more mayo, we can add it. If we need more mustard, we can add it. But remember, you can't take things out of the bowl once they're already inside the bowl. So I'm going to wash my hands, and then we are going to move over and work on our green beans. So we'll see you in just a minute. All right, welcome back to Little Cookers. Tiger Posey here with David and Sarah from North Wilkesboro Elementary School. We are doing a nice little Easter-themed lunch menu today. We've got our ham in the oven at 325 degrees. We've started our potato salad. We will pull it back out of the refrigerator in just a little while, taste it, make sure it's what we want. Now we've got our green beans. David's been so kind enough to take off the ends, cut them in half for us, or break them in half. He used his muscles and did that. And now we're gonna put these in our pan. You are in charge of the lid, okay? Okay. I'm gonna dump these into our pan. All right. I'm gonna spread those out a little bit. Now I'm gonna cover them with water. I don't wanna fill this thing up, so we're gonna cover them with water. Would you mind turning the water on for me, Sarah? Thank you. Go ahead and yeah. We're just gonna cover these with a little bit of water. And good? All right. So now what we're gonna do is lid. Thank you. And we're gonna move over and I'm gonna put these on our stovetop. What we're gonna do is we're gonna boil for about 5 minutes. We're gonna get them up to boiling. Once they reach boiling, we'll let them boil for about 5 minutes. That's gonna partially cook them. They're still gonna be pretty crunchy, right? We're gonna drain them after that, and then we're gonna toss in, because everything is better with butter. We're gonna toss in a little bit of butter. We're gonna throw in some garlic, our salt and pepper, and those are gonna be done. Those are gonna be great green beans, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on our stove. We'll let it boil, and then we'll come back to them, okay, guys? Welcome back to Little Cookers. All right, so beans are on. They are steaming. They are boiling right now. Looks like we've just got a couple minutes left before we'll need to drain those. While we're doing that, we're gonna make our glaze for our ham, okay? The ham was fully cooked already, so that's a good thing. We're just reheating that, but we're gonna put our own twist so we know that it's ours, okay? What we're gonna use today is I need you, this is pineapples. We're going to use those pineapples, but I need 1/3 cup of this juice. Okay, Sarah? If you could get that out for me somehow, some way, 1/3 cup of juice needs to go in here. Now, my man, David, we've got this honey. Honey is sticky, okay? This is 1/3 cup of honey. Let's see how she does this. How do you think she's going to do this? Can we hold the bowl? You need some help? 1/3 cup of honey. I need that in there. Honey's sticky. You are allowed to use your fingers. You can taste it at the very end once you get it, but then you have to rewash your hands, okay? Good. We've learned that lesson. Oh, look at that. Here, you want me to help top you off? So I need that in there. You can, there you go. All right. Sometimes it's good to have more than 2 hands in the kitchen. I'm going to come in and I'm going to help. Here, let's step back over the sink. What do you think? Look at that. Yep. Boom, look at that. Now, we're going to put this side. You go ahead. Walking. Oh, easy. Oh, easy. David, hop out of her way. Thank you. Very good.
David, wash your hands.
Now you got to wash those hands. All right, you can, yeah, there you go. Here, take this with you. Wash those hands. All right, so we've got 1/3 cup of juice. We have 1/3 cup of honey, and that's pineapple juice. We've got, I need 2 tablespoons of our, you know, that is Dijon mustard. That's our man David's favorite new flavor, right? Yeah. I've got a cup of brown sugar. You can toss that into the mix there. Yep, I need, let's go, yep, 2 of those. Will you cut this orange this way for me, please, sir? Now, hold on to the side of it. There you go. Keep that thumb out of the way. Keep that thumb out of the way. There you go. Right in. That is pretty much everything. We did pretty well with that, didn't we? All right, you can toss that stuff into the sink, please, Sarah. Thank you. All right, so I don't have, what happens if we don't have a colander? Because these have seeds in them, right? Oranges have seeds. And I don't have a colander to strain out those things. So I do have a spoon, though. Right? What's it got in there? Holes. Those holes will hopefully catch the seeds, but it'll definitely let the juice out, right? So if one of you will hold the spoon, it doesn't matter to me. And then the other one, if you don't mind squeezing this, we're going to get the, you're going to see what's going to happen?
I'll do this one.
You'll do this one?
That one.
That one. There. Way to compromise. I want you to squeeze that. There you go. I want all that juice. Really get in there. Use those muscles. There you go. Squeeze it down. That's good. Break that orange. Break it down. Mash that thing. Orange juice. Good job, Sarah. Ding, ding. You hear that? Ding, ding. I'm going to pull these off the heat
Try some more.
while you all are doing that. Very good.
Oh, juice out of this.
Got all the juice out of there. Same thing here. Nice. Oh, yep. You've pulverized. Now watch this. That's a good thing. Now, you may think all juice is out of there, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to come just like this. I'm going to squeeze from both sides there. I'm going to break up, and it's kind of like bubble wrap, isn't it? You can kind of feel all those little things just pop. Oh, popping in there. There it goes. I want you to do the same thing for me, okay? There you go. Bubble wrap. Great job. You're doing a great job keeping that steady there, David. All right, I think we're safe. Yeah, smashed. All right, if you will take that around. Thank you for beating that spoon off there. Get all the juice we can. This will go here. All right, we've got our beans. While she's washing her hands off, I'm just gonna dry this. Okay. what we need to do is drain our beans, okay, David? You and I are going to do that, and we're going to move this over to our stove so that we can simmer down our glaze, melt that sugar, get everything mixed in there nicely. Actually, I'm going to let you get a start on that. While we're over here draining the beans, I want you to just work that stuff in. It'll probably get pretty thick on you though, Sarah, and then we'll take it over to our heat, okay? So now let's you and I turn around this way. We're gonna grab our beans. This is gonna be hot. I've already taken it off of this side, which was hot. See the liquid in there? That makes it a little unsteady. So I'm gonna use kind of both hands here, and I'm gonna come over, and our colander's right there. Do you mind getting that colander for us? All right. There you go. Good job. Now we've got our back turned here. Yeah, that's going to be hot. Thank you. We've got our back turned here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of hold this, and I'm going to use the side to steady myself. All right. Steam is what?
Hot.
It is hot. Why?
Because it's off the stove.
It's off the stove, and it is water vapor, right? That's water that's gotten so hot it's turned into a gas, and that gas is hot. So now those beans are continuing to cook because it's still hot. I want to stop that process. So I'm going to put me some cold water on there. I want them to stay a little firm. I don't want to get too soggy. Here, try that for me. Still a little crunchy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Sarah, there's a bean. Make sure that's still a little crunchy for me. Yeah? Pretty good? Yeah. All right. Now. Uh-oh. All right, in our pan, we're going to just take this back over here, and I'm going to set it over here. Oh, I got you, didn't I? Oh, so we're going to come over here. I'm going to put this on here, and we will come back to these in just a little while. We need to get our glaze done. This won't take but just a couple of more minutes, okay? So we're going to move this just out of the way over here. Forget about it for a minute. How are we doing over here? It's getting thick? Yeah, look, that looks pretty good. Now, we're going to move over to the stove. Okay, we're going to just slide on over, and we're going to use this front eye. David, you come over here. I'll let you stand like this. I'll move these out of the way. Yep, no, you're still good. Yeah, you're doing fine. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn this, here, let's slide this way so everybody can see what we're doing here. I want you to face this way. David, yeah, boom, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to turn this front eye on, and I'm just going to put it on a low temp for us, okay? Kind of a 2 or a 3. That's going to warm up, and I want you just to kind of continue to stir it. We don't want it to burn. That's got sugar in there, okay? Look at that, holding the pot for it. That's great. Crank it up a little bit just to get us warm.
Sides.
Switch sides? Look at that communication. Look at you two communicating. Here. I think she just said switch sides. You keep your same job. Good job, guys. All right, so that's our glaze. Now, I'm going to go in, since it's not hot yet, and just kind of give it a little, oh, that's so good. A little taste. All right, I'm going to wash my hands. All right, guys, I think that's probably warmed up at least to get some of those grains of sugar out, you know. It's warmed up quite a bit. I want each of you to taste it, though, okay? So just your little pinky finger, if you want to, go ahead and go in there. Try that.
That's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Very good, Sarah. You're a quick learner. I'm going to turn that off. That's our glaze. It'll sit there for a little while. Once that hand comes out in just a few minutes, we will glaze it, and then we will put it back in the oven and continue taking it out every 10 minutes or so to keep brushing that on there. Next, we're going to work on our dessert, right, guys? My man David said he wanted pizza. I didn't know of an Easter pizza, so we're going to do a dessert pizza using fresh dough, fresh fruit, some other cool stuff. So we will see you back here in just a second with Little Cookers. Okay, so welcome back to Little Cookers. I've got Sarah and David from North Wilkesboro Elementary School. Got one reader, got one mathematician. Loving life here. We got our ham is in the oven, looking good, smelling good. Potato salad in the refrigerator, soaking up all its wetness and goodness. It's so good, right? Wet hands, right? Dry hands, yep, we got that. So our beans won't take but just another minute. They're partially cooked. We're going to finish those off with some butter, garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. That'll be our great vegetable. Now, as I mentioned before, David said he wanted some pizza. Well, this is Easter. I don't know any Easter pizzas, so we're going to do a dessert pizza today. We've got fresh dough. Now, you can grab fresh dough out of most grocery stores. They tend to keep it kind of in the freezer section. They keep it frozen. So I'm going to add just a little bit of flour because this stuff gets a little sticky. Just going to coat it with a little bit of flour. There we go. That way we're not so sticky. There we go. Nice. I've used whole wheat flour. The kids asked me what that was earlier when it wasn't as white as most flours, and it's the whole wheat version. So that's what we're using here. So if you see some flecks in there, it's the whole wheat. I'm going to spray our pan, non-stick cooking spray. My goodness, look at that foam up. Woo! That'll hopefully go away. There we go. Now, Easter, I'm thinking Easter eggs, right? Yeah? So we're going to decorate some Easter eggs. I'm going to split this dough with you guys. Okay, just going to rip it in half. Both of you will get your own half. Weighs about the same. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of roll it in our hands, and I want you to kind of spread it out. Now, it'll start as it warms up with your hands. I want you just to kind of start spreading it out. All right? Kind of get it in the shape, if you can, of an Easter egg. All right? So you're going to want to work with it a little bit. All right? Kind of get it into an Easter egg shape. Spread it out with your fingers. There you go. It may kind of want to try to pull back to the middle, but that's okay. You're stronger than the dough, believe me.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. Guess what? You just mash it together, man. You're doing just fine. Should we start spinning it like at a pizza place? Huh? When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, right? You know that song? No? I don't. You should have asked me not to sing. You working it? Come on, work your dough there, buddy. I've got my oven set at 425. We're going to bake these things off. They're going to have a nice little egg-shaped shell. We're going to add some cream cheese type fruit spread on there. We are then going to have our berries. We've got blueberries and raspberries. We've got some kiwi fruit that we'll slice up to put on there and be able to decorate these things like eggs. And then you've got yourself a nice little fruit pizza there at the end. How's it going? How's yours looking? Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Are you? Good. That's all that's important. There you go. There you go. Put a little. There you go. Now it's moving. Show it to his balls. Yeah. It's just dough. When you've got the shape that you desire and the texture and density that you desire, feel free to toss it on our pan whenever you're ready. No hurry.
I'm ready.
You're ready? Now that's an egg shape. I like that. Yours is too. Indeed. Just want to mash it out there, get it even. Is that okay? Very nice. All right, so I'm going to move these over. I'm just going to place this in the oven. Our oven's preheated at 425 degrees. I'm going to let these cook until probably for about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 12 minutes, until they're nice and brown. We'll pull those out, let them cool, and then we'll build our eggs, okay? All right, I'm just going to slide these in. There we go. All right, here at Little Cookers, we have had our potato salad in the refrigerator for about an hour. We're gonna taste it now to make sure that it's kind of getting where we want it to where we want it to be. So I'm gonna borrow your tasting spoon if that's all right. I'm gonna give it a quick little toss. Yeah. Now remember, when we put it in the refrigerator, this was kind of a soggy mess, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. But now it's stiffened up a little bit because it's soaked in some of this moisture, some of the starch from the potatoes has leaked out. So what I want you all to do is grab yourself a potato out of here. I want you to give it a little taste. Let me get this out of the way. Give it a little taste, see where we are, see if we need anything. I think you doubled down on your potato. That was 2 pieces of potato. I'm on to you, David. How is it? Do we need anything? He says no. Sarah, no. So we have sibling confirmation. Thumbs up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is then, I'm just going to put this back into our refrigerator and let it set. All right? Our ham will be done in just a few minutes, and we will be, our pizzas. The dough is cooked off. It's ready to go. It's just cooling right now. So we'll build our pizzas, glaze our ham, finish our beans, do all that great stuff in just a little bit. Thanks. All right, guys, we're going to check in on our pizza crust. So I want you to have a look in there. We seeing what we like here?
Yep.
Yeah, I think this one's yours. David, Sarah, this one is yours, more uniform. So yeah. We'll go ahead and pull those out and we'll let them cool, okay? They're gonna have to cool off. We don't wanna put our fruit dip on there. Now let's check this. That looks a little, oh man. That's gonna continue to cook, steam up. It's gonna look good. I'm gonna bring it over here so maybe our camera can get a nice little top view of this thing. Look at that. I'll swing it around so we know whose is whose. Look at that. There you go. So we've got the nice brown crust here, right? Starting to brown up. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. So these are gonna be, they look a little like eggs, don't they? Yeah, they look like eggs. Mm-hmm. So while they cool, we'll get them off of this hot pan, we'll set them aside to cool, and while they're cooling, I'll show you, we'll go ahead, what is this? What kind of fruit? You don't know?
I forgot.
It's a kiwi fruit. So in here is that green fruit, right? So it's pretty cool stuff. This is a neat little fruit. We got our raspberries here. We've got blueberries. And we've got our cream cheese fruit dip that's going to be our base, kind of like our sauce for our pizza, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull that ham out. We're going to baste it one good time while these cool, all right? And then we'll put it back in the oven. We'll finish off our green beans. By the time we do that, these should be cool. We'll be able to build our pizzas, all right? So I'm just going to move these out of the way, and I'll show you how we're going to cut up our kiwi fruit. So now we've got our crusts cooling. I'm going to show them how we're going to get this kiwi fruit cut. I'm going to let each of you do it. I'm going to borrow your small knife instead of my large knife here. What we want to do is kiwi fruit. When you're looking for good kiwi, you don't want them to be rock hard, right? They don't need to be hard. They'll be a little tart that way. You want them a bit softer. You don't want to be able to mush it. That'll be really sweet, but it'll be really messy. So you want kind of a nice soft one, but not too squishy. So I'm going to take off just the little ends here. And then just like you did with your celery, just a little bit, and then I want you to pull it nice and easy back to you. Or actually, let's not do that. That's very unsafe, guys. I just messed up. That is very unsafe for those of you that are learning to cook. Since we've got around and we've got the ends of it off, you can go straight down like this. Look, here, let me move this so that the camera will be able to get a nice shot of this. We've cut off our ends. And now you want to go straight down like that and just kind of curve around, right? This is kind of like egg shape, so we're just kind of going from the top around the outside and down to the bottom, just like that, okay? David, I'm giving you your knife back. I've given you a bit of a head start. All right, if you'll continue. So, yep, you just want it nice and easy. You don't want to take too much. Nice and easy, down, and all the way around, okay? Good. Now that one's a little bit softer than your brother's, it looks like. So you've got the ends off, that's fine. Now stand it up, very good. And down, nice. Pretty cool looking fruit there, isn't it? Nice and green. It's like kryptonite fruit. Superman's least favorite fruit. Did you know that? Yes. Good job.
Cut off too much.
Huh? No.
Cut off.
It's all right. Guess what? Don't throw that away. That'd be a nice little slice of something good right there. Okay. Make sure you get all your brown. Oh, easy with that knife, man. I heard the story about your pocket knife incident. We're gonna be easy with that knife. Knives cut things, right? Just ask your thumb. Right? Huh? Yeah. While we were off camera, while the cameras were off, we were talking about knife experience and that kind of thing. And David had a little incident with a pocket knife. You want to tell me about that? Here, you can chew on that while I cut this, while I show your sister what our next step's going to be. Tell us about your pocket knife incident, if you don't mind. What happened?
Well, I was in the car and my dad told me not to open the pocket knife.
Yeah.
I opened it.
Oh.
And then
Yeah, nice and
I wanted to close it, so I closed it. And when my thumb was right in the middle of that blade,
always in the way.
and it came down and it cut my thumb.
Yep, so what did we learn? We learned number one, we do what Dad asked, right? He probably
Yep.
looking out for us. Number two, always, always, always be very careful with knives. Always, always. All right, so we've got our kiwi fruit done. How's that taste? You can just pretty good. Don't eat the fuzzy outside.
Mmm.
Is that your first taste of kiwi fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, pretty good, huh? Nice and sweet. Very good. All right, so we've got our fruit ready. Our pizza crust should be about cooled off. We'll build those in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and glaze our ham first, get our beans done. This will be the last thing that we do so that our pizza crusts are nice and cool. Welcome back to Little Cookers. I'm Tiger Posey here with Sarah and David from North Wilkesboro Elementary School. Now, we're about to pull our ham out of the oven. It's been in for about 2 hours now at 325 degrees, and that's a 10-pound ham. So we're going to pull it out. We're going to glaze it. We may add some pineapple if you guys think that that's a good idea. If we want to do that, maybe like a pizza, we could do pineapple on half. I don't know, however we want to do it. It's cooking. It's supposed to be fun. We get to do whatever we want to do in here, okay? So I'm going to pull that out. We will glaze, and then we'll do our beans, okay? So pulling the glaze off so we have something to work with. I'm going to put this here. All right. Now I just heated that back up just to kind of break that sugar back up because we made our glaze earlier and it started to get pretty sticky. So I just heated it up so it'd be easier for us to use. I'm going to get this out of our way. All right, so while I get this out, before I pull it out, one of you will be using a spoon, the other will be using the brush. Brush. All right, so the way my sister and I used to handle these situations would be rock, paper, scissors. We're going to do best 2 out of 3 to see who gets the brush. You ready? You're going to shoot 1, 2, 3, shoot, okay? Okay, round 1. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, scissors, taco. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Paper. What are you guys? You guys really are a lot alike, aren't you? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Paper covers rock. Okay. Round 1 goes here. One more time.
No.
I don't know. What do we think? Does big sister? Oh, there we go. I love it. I love it. All right. So you've got spoon. You're going to be spooning on top. You're going to be painting with your paintbrush. I'm going to grab this out of the oven. Oh, man. Look at that, guys. Whew. Now, that looks pretty good. Do you mind pushing the door back up for me? Grab the handle. Very good. Way not to burn your hand. Okay, I'm coming through hot here. Now that is a pretty good looking ham. Would you say that? Yes? Yes. Smells pretty good in here too. We got a couple guys behind the camera that look like they're about to come across the camera and get some ham here. So what we're going to do, I've got our toothpicks just in case we decide to go with pineapple. I've got our glaze. I will stand here in the middle. You will spoon on top. She's going to paint, okay? I'll get as close as possible. There, you just use what he drizzles. Now paint. There you go. Drizzle and paint. Be sure you're getting up top here. Very nice. Okay. Good job. Now you hold off a minute and let her paint for a second. Let's put this down. Let her paint. Let her get in on it. There you go. Oh man.
That looks good.
Dude, just like grab his whole entire ham.
Oh, now that's shiny. That's looking good.
It's like
guys.
barbecues on it.
Yeah, it does look like barbecue, doesn't it? You guys what? You guys watch barbecue cooking shows?
We used to.
Used to? Yeah, looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this around. We've missed, yeah, so we can get that back side really well. Mm-hmm. There you go. Good job. Okay, now, do we want to put pineapple?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Definitive yes. Okay. So, you and I, we're just gonna lay us a nice little piece of pineapple there. We're gonna use our toothpick. We're gonna go one there, and just to secure it, we'll go two. Okay. Now, how's that painting going? Good. We about done? You think? Just for a few minutes. We'll baste it again. We'll baste it again in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Now, did you see how I attached those pineapples? Okay. If you guys want to go ahead and, that is hot. So I don't want to do that again. Now, just attach pineapples. We don't have to use all the pineapple. Give it a little bit of spacing. You guys go ahead and do that, okay? Very nice. One up top. One at the bottom. So you guys having fun?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. You think other kids could have a lot of fun in the kitchen with their, I know I'm not your parent, but with their parent or just in the kitchen somewhere, using their imagination with food?
Yep.
Yeah.
You turn around.
Okay, I'll turn it around. Don't grab that, it's hot. Good job. Dave, that may be our last piece
Yeah.
right there. I don't know if we can fit
Yeah,
much
maybe I
more
can-
on there.
Make it down a little bit here.
Okay. Oh, very evenly spaced. Teamwork. Way to go, guys. Good job. Now, I'm going to move this back to the oven. David, will you do the opposite of what you did for me just a moment ago and open the door? Thank you. Back into the oven. Our oven's still at 325 degrees. That'll give us another 10-15 minutes. We'll pull it back out, baste it again, put it in for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes just to get it nice and baked on. And we should be ready to roll after that. We're going to get our green beans done, potato salad. These guys have said it's great. And then we'll be building our dessert pizzas and feasting. Little Easter feast. Yeah? Great. All right. See you back here in just a minute. All right, so now we've got our beans. These are partially cooked, right? We boiled them off a little bit. They're still a little crunchy. We're gonna finish them off with a little bit of butter, garlic, salt, and pepper. I'm gonna put this salt and pepper over here with you guys because you all have little pinchers. I'm also going to, with our garlic, we're not gonna use all this garlic, David. Garlic, a little bit of garlic can go a long way. So maybe, Sarah, I'm gonna just kind of slide in here next to you really quickly. And we'll grab us out a little pinching tool. And I'll pinch us out a little bit. These are actually tongs, proper name for them. And then you all, when we talked about the menu, said that Dad puts, like when you do a green bean casserole, puts these fried onions on there. So what we may do is once these are cooked off, we may sprinkle a little fried onion in there, okay? All right, so our pan is getting hot. The water where we rinsed it is now evaporating. What happens with evaporation, guys? What's going on in evaporation?
Turns into gas.
What does?
The water, the heat.
Talk it out. Evaporation. You say it's turning into gas. What's turning into gas? What is that in there?
Water.
Water turning into a gas. So it's turning to steam by use of what? Heat. Right. So yeah, there you go. There we go. So this is getting hot. I've got it on high heat. That is evaporating. Butter melts very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. All right, David, step over here. I want you to see what's going on here. I'm going to need your help on this side. She's going to be helping you on. She's going to be our helper on that side. So this butter, as it melts, once it goes away, we're going to add our green beans. So I want you to be on green bean duty. You stand at the ready. I will be at the ready with my tongs, my pinching tool. You are at the ready with our salt and pepper. So our butter starting to go away. I'm going to show everybody. Look at that. That is goodness right there. Butter. Don't ask your doctor about that or your cardiologist. They may disagree, but I'm going to tell you what. Nothing better than butter. So, all right, our butter is now gone. Green beans in, please. Go ahead and just dump them right in there. No, that's towards you. Look at that. Come over here to the side. Go in on the side. There you go. Dump them right in there. Very nice. Now, I'm going to coat these. Here, go ahead and take that. Put it in the sink for me. Thank you. I'm going to toss these things just to cover them with a little bit of oil. You want a pinch of salt and pepper for me? That's good. Another pinch of pepper. David, maybe another little pinch of salt. That was a small little pinch of salt. We haven't used any salt so far on these green beans, so there you go. I'm going to add just a little pinch of our garlic here. And maybe just a half a pinch more. Okay, now with garlic, if you cook garlic too long, it gets bitter. If you cook it till it gets dark brown and black, it gets real bitter. But if you cook it just right, it's going to let off some of the best smells you have ever smelled. That and the ham. Oh my goodness. So we're going to let these warm up, crisp up with our butter for just a couple minutes. And we want to keep our eye on them. We don't want to step away because if this butter starts to cook this garlic too much, our beans are not going to be very tasty. So we'll leave that there. Our lid is in the sink, so we don't want to cover them either because the moisture, we want that moisture to evaporate. We don't want our beans to get too soft and soggy, right? We had them nice and crunchy for a reason. That is looking good. All right, so while we're standing here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up our oven. We're going to check in on this ham. It's been about 10 minutes for that side. Oh my goodness. What do you think?
Good. It's good.
Looks good. All right, so we checked in on that. Beans here, nice, crispy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach in. I'm going to grab us a bean. We're going to try a bean. Always want to be tasting things, guys. Bean. What does it need?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Gosh, we are on fire today. All right, so that's starting, our garlic's starting to get a little bit brown. So I'm gonna pull these off, all right? Those are done. Beans are done. We can reheat them when we need to, when it's time to eat, but those are pretty much done. They'll continue to cook a little bit. They're still a little firm. That's gonna be great. We will reheat when we get our ham out. We're gonna glaze our ham again, okay? So I'm gonna need your help. Both of you are here. Our glaze is still where we need it. If you'll open the door for me, I'm gonna grab out. David, if you'll step over here for me. And then Sarah, if you'll close that door behind me, please. Very nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on back into your spots, guys. Either side you want to choose, either side you want to choose. And we're going to glaze this thing again. Now, since you got to brush last time, can we allow him to brush this time? Thank you. All right, so let's keep that over. There you go. Now, I'll hold it close. Spoon, we want to get some of that glaze on that pineapple. Oh, mercy. Now that is something to behold. I tell you what, isn't it?
Dude, you can also use this.
Yeah. What'd you say?
You can also use this.
Yeah, use the stuff that's already in there, because that's got some of that fat from the ham. That's what makes it good. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Standing long.
I know.
You're like,
You took the words right out of my mouth.
just get a fork and start eating it.
Digging.
We need one of those big bells that we ring, like if we were out with cowboys. Chow's on. Man. Very good. All right, I'm going to turn this around for us so we can get to the other side. There you go. Good job.
Get some of it under there, too.
Yeah, look at you. Remind me never to have you paint my house. You're doing a great job glazing the ham, but I don't know about painting a house, David.
Wait a second, Sarah. There's some at the bottom.
All right. Sarah, we can probably hold off.
Don't touch this hot.
I know.
All right. While he's finishing up, will you open up our oven door for me? What do you think, Dave? We good? And you can put that back in our pan there. Thank you. Okay, doors open. Ham is going back in. All right, we are going to let that continue cooking, let that glaze get on there, let that pineapple soak up our glaze that we had. I'm going to get my knife out of the way. I don't believe I need it. Guys, I think we're done with the knives up to this point. We're going to clean up our cooking space a little bit. Then we're going to go ahead and do our pizzas. They'll be able to sit off to the side, ready, waiting for us to have dessert. We will, just a couple of minutes when we get back, we will be feasting. We will be building our dessert. We will be feasting, and we will be enjoying each other's company. So, see you when we get back. Welcome back to Little Cookers. Ham is almost done, potato salad is done, green beans are done. They just need to be rewarmed at the time that we're ready to eat. Now we're going to go ahead and get our pizzas ready, our dessert pizzas. We used our fresh store-bought dough. This one was yours. This one was yours. Easter theme, we're looking at, Easter eggs. So what we've got here, we had the pineapple left over from our ham. These guys have got their knives out wanting to cut, but I can just pineapple's really cool. It makes its own little tears and you can just kind of tear it. So I'm going to tear this stuff while you all are going to put on, what do we have on pizzas? Because you're the one that mentioned he wanted pizza. So what do we normally have on the base of a pizza? On top of the crust? Sauce. So we're going to use a cream cheese fruit dip. as our sauce. So what I want you to do, this is store-bought as well, so what I want you to do is put you a little bit on there, put you 1 spoonful, get a nice little layer on there, and then if you need to add more, you're more than welcome to add more. Sarah, will you help me tear the pineapple? You can grab that piece right here. I believe there's a whole piece. We'll get this broken up for you. There we go. You've definitely got a saucy pizza there. Oh, you are going to be messy. All right, that's good. I'm cutting you off. Moving this over here as she rinses her hands. Very good, very good. He's rinsing his. All right. Now, Easter eggs, typically colorful, beautiful little things that we hide and find, and a good little tradition. And so this is a turn on that tradition. So we need to decorate our eggs. We need to make these eggs beautiful. And you have got the tools. You know where to go.
No.
You're going to be putting your hands in the bowl with your sister and that kind of stuff. So we want to kind of keep these berries, you know, David saliva free, if at all possible. Okay? So you've got a choice of fruit here. These are fresh fruits. Whoa. Fresh fruits. We got our blueberries, raspberries. We got our pineapple, leftover pineapple. We've also got the kiwi fruit. I think we're done with our sauce. Everybody good with the sauce? So I'll just move it out of the way. Now, feel free to decorate your pizza any way you like. Once they're done, we'll move them off to the side. We'll pull our ham out of the oven. That'll rest for just a second as we heat up our beans. We will carve, we will eat, we will have a great time, okay? So go ahead and build your pizzas, your dessert pizzas, however you like, whatever you like. If you like blueberries, put blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, don't put blueberries. This is your deal. This is how you want to do it. Got a pattern going on over here. More of a random act over here. Even though they're brother and sister, whoa, you gotta lock this down. You're going after it. That's all right, I'll hold it. Even though they're brother and sister, there are differences in the way they go about things. I can tell.
I'm the messy one. She's the perfect one.
Oh.
I suppose.
You suppose. See, there you go. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Now, do you want any of this kiwi or anything like that, or are you just going all berries? I saw you lick your fingers.
I know. I licked this one.
Oh, that's funny.
You got caught, Dave.
Yeah.
Very good. Dude, I will get out of your way. There you go. Take a step.
This is part of mine. Ta-da!
That's a ta-da! All right, so with that ta-da, I'm just going to grab this, all right, and move your cutting board just out of the way. So you're proud of the product that you just made, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just going to move it out of our way here.
I think I'm done too.
Sarah thinks she's done too. Very beautiful, guys. Very nice.
Very messy, guys.
You're very messy, guys, but that's all right. That's part of the fun, right? All right, so I'm going to move just this stuff. If you guys will help me, maybe we'll just move it over there out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, back in the refrigerator will be fine. Thank you. I'll let you guys do that. While they're putting that stuff away in the refrigerator, I'm going to go ahead and grab the ham out. We'll let it sit. And then while it's sitting, I'm going to heat up our green beans just to the point where we're ready to eat, okay? So if you guys will follow me, I'll grab our ham here. Thank you all very much. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a 360-degree view on this ham that these guys have put together today. Look at that thing. That is nice. So there we go. I've got the ham out, oven shut. I'm going to bring these green beans back up to temperature. There we go. They said they were seasoned just fine, so we're good. On those, I've got a dish that our green beans will go into. So that'll go here. Get this knife out of the way. Now, the onions, these are what you said Dad puts in the green bean casserole, so we're going to maybe kind of put these on top just whenever we get these into our dish. Thank you very much. Very nice safety. Good job. So, those are warming up. Will you guys get our potato salad out? Thank you, David.
Shut the door, please.
Very nice. Saving energy. That'll go there. Do you guys want to go ahead and maybe grab your board with your pizza on it? We'll lay those over here so that we can see those. Here's a spoon for the potato salad, guys. Now, I am going to need a knife. I'm going to grab me a new knife here, guys, because we're going to need to get this ham. We're going to have to carve it. Here. There we go. We'll get that stuff out of your way. Here. Here. Green beans. I'm starting to hear these guys talk to us over here. David, did you hear that? What does it say?
They're ready.
Yeah, that's what it said. That's what I hear. I hear they are ready. Now, just for a little presentation, we're going to go into our bowl here. Oh, look at that lovely garlic. Just a little bit there. Put that in our sink here. Now, our onions. I'll let you, I don't know, this isn't new to me. This is your family, how do you do it? So if one of you just wants to let me know, how much should we sprinkle on top of there? Good?
One more.
Just one more?
That should be it.
That should be it. All right, I'll get these out of the way. All right, so we have potato salad. We have green beans with the fried onions. We have one heck of a good-looking ham here. And we have our dessert pizzas. Is that correct? Yeah, these are your guys. All right, so next time you see us, we will be enjoying each of these things that we made today, enjoying each other's company, and we'll see you back here in just a minute. Welcome back to Little Cookers. Our feast is before us. We have our potato salad, our lovely ham, our green beans, and our dessert pizzas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and load these guys up with a little bit of potato salad. We've got our celery in there, our scallions, potatoes, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, vinegar, salt, and pepper. Boy, it looks good. We're going to have a little bit of crunch with that celery. It's going to be good. I'm going to move this out of my way. A little bit of green beans. Now I'm just going to fix this one plate after just to show you guys, and then we're really going to chow down here. So nice little bit of green beans there. Now this was a pound of green beans, so it makes about 4 servings. You can see we've got about 3 servings left. I'm going to move this out of our way. All right, so we would have a nice little plate like this looking up. Now, I'm going to pull out this little piece of pineapple here. I'm going to use my toothpick, and I might just have that on the side. What do you think? Look pretty good. I'll use my tongs. I've got another knife, and I'm just going to get in here and I'm going to cut some nice thick ham. I'm going to give us a nice thick cut. Watch your fingers there. Oh man. All right. So we'll have us a couple of nice slices of ham there. Maybe a little bit of our glaze that we had. What do you think? Maybe we'll pick our pineapple up, put it right on top of there. And I've got a little bit of our glaze left. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint you guys a little bit right on top of there. A little bit of extra sweetness on top. Put this back. Slide this forward here. Actually, I'll slide it back now. This is a nice Easter lunch, Easter dinner. We've got ham leftovers. We're going to have plenty of ham for leftovers. We'll be having ham sandwiches. We'll be using this ham in many other ways and many different recipes. Once you have a ham this size, you can use it in many different ways, not just for this one dinner. Our green beans look good. That's our vegetable. We got our starch here and some other vegetables in our potato salad. So this is a good, well-balanced meal. We've got our fruit on our pizza. Now we got some dough and whatnot, but we all deserve to treat ourselves on holidays and whenever we just kind of feel like it. So I'm a big supporter of that. So guys, thank you for your help in the kitchen. I don't know how you all feel about it, but you were doing something earlier. What would you consider this? What were you doing earlier? That movement that you were doing?
Dabbing.
You were dabbing? Would this be dab worthy? Would this be a dab worthy meal? Yeah? So should we do that? Send everybody out with a big dab? All right, this is David and Sarah from North Wilkesboro Elementary School, Little Cookers. We are going to enjoy our meal and we're going to dab ourselves out. See you next time on Little Cookers. Tiger Posey here with Communities and Schools of Northwest North Carolina and Little Cookers. If you'd like to get involved in your area schools through Communities and Schools, you can reach out to me, tiger@cisnwnc.org. That's tiger@Communities and Schools of Northwest North Carolina.org. Or you can reach out. My direct line is 336-903-4894. We would love to put you in a school working with kids just like Sarah and David we had here today. Love to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.